All right, so Woj did it again. Another drop before people thought Donovan Mitchell was not going to be traded under any circumstance. And Woj says that they're exploring options. This comes a day after that. There's a report that Danny Ainge is thinking he can win with Donovan Mitchell as a number one, which I can see. But I want to get down to it. Do I think Donovan Mitchell will be traded? No. The only caveat to Donovan Mitchell being traded is him physically demanding a trade. He has 4 years left on his deal. He's 25 years old, averages 27 a game, and plays for Utah. Utah's not going to, draw free agents like, the Lakers could or whatnot. So unless he demands a trade, I don't see a way that the Jazz do trade him. But with that said, Danny Ainge is Danny Ainge, and he's a sucker for picks. And I think if you give Danny Ainge 5 picks, 3 pick swaps, then you're talking maybe 2 pick swaps. Considering though, Jazz got 5 picks for Gobert plus all the plethora of players, a 30-year-old Gobert. I have to imagine it will be, 5 picks, 2 pick swaps, 3 pick swaps, and some players for Donovan Mitchell. With that said, I have, the the 2 teams in the front running are obviously the Knicks and the Heat. I think Toronto is a big player for this. Just looking at how the money works. Let's start with Toronto. I think they have the most to give up. And could Van Vliet, Gary Trent, and a bunch of picks be enough for Donovan Mitchell? Maybe, probably not. The problem is if I'm the Raptors, OG would have to be in the deal like 99% of the time, I would have to imagine. And you do have Scotty Barnes to replace his role. I don't know if I want to move off OG though. I don't know if I want, because I imagine it will be closer to OG and Gary Trent and picks for Donovan Mitchell. And do I want Fred Van Vliet and Donovan Mitchell to be my 2 backcourt options? Sure, offense would be streaky, but it will be fun. Very streaky, very fun. But 2 undersized guards, even with all the length they would have in the front court with Siakam and Barnes, Boucher, even with all that, with those 2 guys being your backcourt, you're not going to be guarding very well. So, do I want to do that from Toronto? Maybe. I don't know. I probably wouldn't, but I'm just a guy with behind a computer screen that kills like 50 views of video. So who knows? The second trade, or the second, not trade, but team, Miami probably has the second best offer. The thing with Miami is right now, unless you trust Highwood Hayward, I honestly don't even know his name. Hayward from the Heat. I don't even know, to be honest. Forgot his name. Can't even think of it. I'll look it up real fast. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't feel good enough. Unless you trust him to be your 4, a very undersized 4, or maybe you bring back Morris, which I have Heat fans. I bet on Heat Twitter. Haywood Highsmith, that's what it is. I'm dumb. Unless you like, I've been on Heat Twitter, seen Heat fans, they don't want Morris back. And unless you want Jimmy playing the 4, which I don't, they don't have a lot of forward depth. They don't have a real 4 right now. There's reports about them trading for Jay Crowder, maybe, but I don't imagine the Heat want to give up Kyle Lowry and Tyler Hero for Mitchell, and that would make the money work. And the only other thing, assuming they don't extend Tyler Hero right now, is they would have to give up Robinson, Hero, and Jovic, I don't think that's quite worth it, to be honest, because then you're really limiting yourself on trade pieces to get a forward. Because I don't even know what you would give up for Jay Crowder at that point. And it's a tough situation. If I'm the Heat, I'm more looking for John Collins, maybe. See if we can get John Collins for a cheaper deal. But the Heat could work. Tyler Hero being a main piece. They can extend Hero and just give Hero a bunch of picks for all I know. I'm sure the Heat would do that. I don't know if I think the Jazz want more than just Hero and picks, but I wouldn't do Kyle Lowry and Hero if I'm the Heat. I think you lose too much. And the third team, the Knicks, unless the Knicks give up RJ Barrett, I just don't see it. If you're the Jazz, do you really want Obi Toppin, Grimes, and Randall with picks? Not really. I like Obi Toppin. I like Quentin Grimes. I like the Knicks draft picks. They draft high every year. But am I excited to have 4 years of Julius Randle, Obi Toppin, and Quentin Grimes? Not really. Even Cam Reddish. I mean, like, no. And RJ Barrett's the only one in the Knicks roster that I would want to have if I'm trading a guy like Donovan Mitchell. And I just don't see a reason that the Knicks would ever trade RJ Barrett in this situation. So the Knicks are the top contender, it seems like, but unless they give RJ Barrett, I don't know what the Jazz will be doing here. And that's all I gotta say. I think Danny Ainge with enough picks will fold. Like I said, 5 picks, 3 pick swaps, sure. I think he wants a really young player. RJ Barrett could get it done with the picks. Tyler Hero plus another player can get it done with the picks. Toronto with OG and Gary Trent could get it done. I don't see a perfect trade in this scenario. That's just me. I'm a stickler when it comes to get those kind of trades, though. And yeah, that's